How's it going, everyone? Welcome. How are you doing today? Today we are going to go over this reveal of the PS5 Pro. My reaction to it. Let's see what they have to offer. Let's see if it's going to be more in line with these PCs coming out, price range, etc., etc. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's see.
Hi, I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro,
Okay.
and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional gaming experience.
How much are the
When
slims? I'm gonna look up
PS5
after
debuted in
this.
2020, it brought a lot to the table. 8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed, complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second. PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore. Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism that comes from real-time global illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions between game worlds and data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
You okay? I'm working on it.
Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are.
Are we still going over the
Finally,
old
the
PlayStation?
DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing inside of the game.
I'm not too big fan of the
It's
haptic
wonderful
feedback.
to see such variety
It's triggers.
and
I don't know.
game experiences.
Big fan of it.
Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It
Yep.
can be a difficult choice for players. Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second, mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time.
Of course.
Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3.
The big three.
First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster.
Nice.
Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short.
PSSR.
PSSR analyzes the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games. Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the Big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier.
Alright, you can definitely see it.
This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable.
Oh, that was a good side by side.
PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value.
Big three, huh?
As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate.
Well, let's see the
There are
price.
as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects, as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jor's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference, allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy,
Hogwarts.
allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
Let's see it.
You'll never
Oh, is this copyright? Let's just not put that on there. Demon Souls, I like that.
What's with all the neon?
Oh boy, this game. Looks good. I mean, they're all looking good. The only thing left is how much are people willing to pay to play. The first Ascendant, nice. Especially all the games that are definitely higher quality on PC. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. A release date? Let's go. November 7th, 2024. $700 in the US. What? So, I think I paid for my PC $1,300, maybe $1,200. And that was back in 2019. I'm not too sure what you could get for $1,400 or $1,300 now with PCs, if pre-made. But $700 for a console? That's pretty wild. I think I paid for my PlayStation. Let's look up prices. Hold up. We'll look up. I think I paid for my PlayStation, the one with the disc drive, $500. Maybe $499. Let's check. Let's do live check right now. No, it's $44.99 and $500. So I think I paid around $500 for mine. So for $200 more, Well, let's go. This doesn't look like it has a disk drive. So for 450, a 450 markup to $700. That's wild. I didn't expect it to be. I thought it would be like $599, not $699. Because I think the PS4 Pro was like $100 more. Because I think I paid like $400 for it, or maybe $350 for it. I'm not too sure when I paid for it back then. But it was. I think it was like $100 more. I'm like, all right, I'll upgrade. I'll buy a new system for like $100 more than I originally paid for it. I know things are getting more expensive, especially that equipment's getting more expensive. But for this price, I'm probably not going to get a PS5 Pro. I'm happy with the one I got. And if you're looking for upgrades, maybe save. Because I think when PlayStation 6 is announced and stuff like that, I love the hardware of like PlayStations. I love like the accessibility to it, because you just turn it on and you get to play a game. PC is a little more difficult, I believe. What's more things you got to deal with in that space, but because PlayStation is just a gaming console, strictly just a gaming console. PCs, you have to deal with Windows, you have to deal with a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I think in the next generation, I'm definitely going to just upgrade just get a new PC. Because I think for the price, the way things are going, I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. For me, I'll probably be a full-blown PC boy. Nah, I'm part-time right now. I have a PC. It's not the most powerful thing. It's probably a little less in line with my PlayStation 5. But then I 700. What do you guys think? Did you guys think this high of a price? Did you think it was going to be lower? Like I said, I thought it was going to be $599. I thought it would be a reasonable price. And they said vertical stand sold separately. So I wonder if you could put this on its side like the original one. I'm not too sure. But yeah. $699. $799 in pounds. That's crazy. Includes tax. So you're probably going to be spending $750 on a new system. Is it worth it? Do you guys rather go PC route, or if you do have a PC, I don't know. I think they would have got. I still think a lot of people are going to buy this. Maybe. I just think the economy at the moment is not the highest where it could be. So I feel like they could have cut it at a loss and went $599, and a lot more people would have been hyped about it. Or $799 and include the damn stand at least. What's this with no stand? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Love you guys to pieces. Let me know your thoughts on the PS5 Pro. If you're going to get one, if you think it's a crazy price, or just save up and try to buy a desktop or a gaming laptop. I don't know. But yeah, if you love the exclusives, I mean, most exclusives on PlayStation are now coming into PC like 6 months, a year later. So let me know what you guys think. Love you all to pieces. Till next time. Peace.